YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, coming at you with a Master League video. One of the rare ones because I do not play Master League, but my buddy does. He's a buddy from undergrad who is also on my self team and was also groomsman in my wedding. So really close friend. And he is running Metagross, Avalugg, and Florge. I don't know how to pronounce this. The yellow flower in Open Master. So have not seen the second two really in Open Master much. So he said, I have these battles. Do you want me to send them? I said, absolutely. So let's check them out. Appreciate you guys hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. And let's get into this. We have a pretty okay lead here. Um, like obviously rock size will be resisted. Superpower will hit neutral. You know they're going to throw a superpower. So if you're going to shield one, you might as well shield the first one. Out comes the Giratina, and here we go. Ice Fang. I'm interested to see how bulky this is. Because, oh, wow, that took that pretty well. Gonna bait here, thinking that they want to get a second Shadow Ball off to try and take you out. So that's a smart play there. They still may get to it. See, so Avalugg is one of those funny ones because it was supposed to be everywhere because of how, like, oh, it's gonna deal with these dragons. It's gonna deal with all this stuff. But then Walrein had the community day, so it's not hasn't been built up as much. So it's interesting to see it here. Full farm down. Uh, Definitely they're keeping switch advantage because you can't have your charmer on a steal because you just have no play here. Get another one off here. I'm interested to see if they just try and go for the full farm. It's going to be pretty hard to actually get a full farm, but yeah, I think they were going to try and do it. That's actually not too bad. And now, what is your answer? Your fairy. So the vine whips are doing. What are they doing? Resisted or neutral? Anyways, Ironhead's gonna be super effective, no? Draco is not gonna be super effective. Oh no. Why would you not throw the Ironhead on a fairy? Get off the Moonblast. Maybe they don't know that it's a fairy. Maybe they think, look at that yellow flower, it's gotta be grass. It's throwing a grass type move. But back to back there is gonna take that out. This is gonna go down probably to the rock slide. Oh, maybe not. So it's actually pretty bulky. Throw the Meteor Mash. Do they have a shield left or what's going on here? Wow, that actually took it out too. I forgot even resisted. Meteor Mash does so much. I noticed that in the Gyarados matchup that it still does a ton. So coming here, Fairy versus Fairy. So I'm interested to see how fast, because the one problem is that people have with Sylveon or any other Charmer is that it's pretty slow on the charge, right? You're using it for its charm damage. So we got I think you can shield. Yeah, I think you can shield and take switch there, and you want to take switch, right? Because you want to get your Avalugg on their Garchomp. So easy bait move. So Desiring Voice is a nice move because it's probably gonna do some chip damage, and it's a nice bait move. And these Vine Whips are adding up, right? So if they want to shield here, they can go down 2 shields and take switch. Realistically, with the charm, they can. And they're not down 2 shields; it's down 1. Come in and just full farm. Don't worry about any move. They're not even gonna get to a move. Now, do you instantly swap? Yeah, you instantly swap here. Oh, and they're running another double charmer, but this one is a flyer, so this game is over. Yep, they have absolutely no shot. So Ice still has like a ton of play. The only problem with where's your so Exeter on the lead here. I'm hoping that Zacian comes in one of these. I mean, you beat it on the lead, which is nice. And I guess what are the movesets? So yeah, you obviously have problems with Avalugg because of the close combat. Togekiss comes in, which is probably going to take you out, but then you'll be able just to bullet punch down. Don't think you're going to get to another one. Obviously, just throw any chip damage here. So that still does a lot. That's a pretty good bait move. I'm wondering what the damage is on both of these. Agent Power, not even a flamethrower, so still 2v2 shields. Excadrill, nice catch on the Avalugg, but it's still going to hurt, right? It's still drawing. Okay, so Avalugg is pretty bulky. What's in the back? Dialga. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. So what I'm noticing is if they're already at a Iron Head, which is gonna be super effective to take you out, you seem to be pretty slow. Ice Fang is pretty slow charge. I mean, I think this game is over, but I think you probably have to shield that and try and fight for a little bit of switch here because this thing is just gonna out spam you, and now it can almost just full mud shot you down at this point because it definitely outpaces you to these meteor mashes. Gotta throw on your do not disturb. But no, I gotta imagine you get severely outpaced here. Yeah, not much you can do. I think you had to shield the Dialga, try and grab one shield off that, and then try and get a head on energy. It was a tough situation. I think you're pretty hard countered here. Yeah, rating was on the wall for that one. So here we go. Metagross into Giratina. Giratina's tricky. I mean, you have two answers for it, right? So come in here, get a head on energy. I mean, Dragon Claws is... Oh, no, Dragon Claws are resisted. They need to throw the Shadow Sneak. In comes a Togekiss. So with this team, I guess this is your safe... I guess you can use sort of both as a safe swap. You just don't want to come immediately into... So going for the bait move here. Because again, I'd assume they have an answer to your Avalugg in the back, right? Because your Giratina is already weak to ice, and now your Togekiss is weak to ice. So they've got to have an answer to ice in the back now. If they do not, they need to come into my channel and go to my team building section, because that is not the best way to team build. So Metagross is going to come in, just go full farm, ton of energy, already up a shield. Pretty good scenario. Giratina comes in. So I think going here, yeah, so I have made this mistake before too. I don't think that's the right move because Meteor Mash, I don't know the damage on Meteor Mash to Earthquake, but Meteor Mash gets stab and it's way lower to do it and it's neutral as well. So I think you throw the Meteor Mash there. I'm pretty sure Meteor Mash is not resisted there because I remember doing the same thing with the Giratina once and it was better just to go double Meteor Mash. I think you shield. Yeah, so Avalugg seems to be... I'm actually glad I'm watching this because I think it has some play, but those charge moves take a while to get to with Ice Fang. Able to grab shields, but it looks like you're just like kind of working around with it. I think you need to, yeah, you need to shield just to preserve any energy or health here. Throw the, yeah, see, I would have thrown the, it doesn't matter. It's the last move, so maybe because you're only going to get to one throw the Earthquake, but I think Meteor Mesh is better. Down you go. Yeah, so I'm not loving Avalugg here, quite honestly. It just seems like it's a very slow, even to Body Slam. Like Body Slam doesn't add a ton of shield pressure. You think you get there a bit faster. I guess Ice Fang is what's doing a ton of damage here. Let's see what it looks like in a super effective matchup. 4, 5, 6. I'm just trying to see how many Ice Fangs it takes to get to Avalanche, and it seems like a lot. 7, 8. So it looks like it's gonna take like 10 or 11 to get to Avalanche here. And by that time, it looks like this thing is just spamming you. Obviously, you have an amazing matchup here. They do shield. But Giratina is just going to continue to spam. You can take one more here, but you might want to shield up one anyways. They'll probably get two off here before you get to your Avalanche, so probably shielding once is fine. Double shield. Um, Go full farm out at this point. That's fine. I'm one of those who also like to come out with a ton of energy because I think it's a ton of energy is useful. Sylveon comes in, going for the bait move. I don't know if I would probably would have thrown the average. I don't think it's going to shield. It's going to and it shields. See, that's weird to me because you know if you're Sylveon, you know you have a Metagross on the lead. So what I would have done there is just sacrifice this because you're drawing dead and then go one shielded Swampert that's in the back. It would not have mattered here. Uh, you're not grass, so two Hydros will probably do a decent amount. Okay. So if they were Shadow, maybe it would have taken you out in two, but it looks like they're gonna need three here. Yeah, see, if I were them, what I would have done is, especially if Swampert had, Swampert has a good matchup against Metagross, right? So I don't know why you don't save that shield for Swampert to try and take that out. Because even here, like you're done. You don't have anything you can throw at this. So I don't like that play from the opponent. Like those are the types of things you need to think about your win con. Like Sylveon is going to be useless against Metagross. I'm up a shield. There's no point of saving this because I know my Swampert has a good matchup there. So hopefully my Swampert can beat what's in the back too. So come in here. Ooh, punished by Melmetal. This is a rough lead and rough switch here. Everything's resisted. And if they're... So the good news is we saw that it takes multiple rock slides to take this out. I think these are the 3,300 ones. He sent me some where he built up uh, this Floriges to like 4,000 or whatever the level 50 is. But I just did the 3,400. So this is an underpowered one in the open master. So perhaps if this was fully built up, it would have done better, but still taking multiple, that's actually not bad because you took multiple rock slides. These vine whips are doing okay. So you still managed to get the Melmetal down to almost the red, which is pretty solid, actually, quite honestly. I honestly don't think that this is going to have a ton of play in the open master now moving forward, and I'm going to tell you why. So I think people use this just to test it out because it's like if you want a you would use it if you want a fairy that's not just charm, right? Because the vine whip, you're using it more for the actual charge moves as opposed to just the charm damage. But I know he's already got one ready to build up. The Cramarina or whatever that new water fairy type starter is. I think that is going to be very, very relevant in the Open Master League soon. A water type Pokemon. So you have that fairy charm damage, but you can also throw like a super effective stab hydro pump, which is very, very useful. So I think we will see a lot more of that. The body slam's okay for a bait move, but again, you charge so slow here that even if you bait, you still don't outpace the two Iron Heads, which is pretty crazy. Full farm, double Meteor Mash here. Hopefully you can get to those two Meteor Mashes before they take you out. Because this is what I'm thinking. Like, this is still going to do like 50%, right? So that's why I was wondering why you didn't just go double Meteor Mash on the Giratina. Because maybe here you only need two, and that one you need three. And then this may be the last matchup. Dialga lead, which is a pretty good lead. They're going to get out into Mewtwo, which is not the greatest answer. So I was about to say the only reason they go into the Mewtwo is if they have the Shadow Ball. So now we're going to come in here. I gotta imagine these side strikes are probably going to add up quick. So shield the first one. They're probably going to get a second one off. Oh no. Oh, game. Come on. Come on, game. Oh my goodness, game. Why? Why? We almost made it through a whole video without... Okay, are they just sacrificing this? Because this is not amazing. Goodbye, Tyranitar. Mewtwo is going to be... Get the move off. Oh, nice. So this may force a shield because Mewtwo is somewhat glassy. So that's good. Now what do? You do... Right, you're not going to come in. So this will be interesting. I'm assuming most things take two side strikes to be taken out. Just a little over two. And it's the Dialga comes back in. Gonna outpace here. Do you try and build up a little bit more? Yeah, I think you take a move because they still need the Psycho Cuts and the Side Strikes are not going to do anything. This isn't going to take you out. Now you may be in Side Strike range. That actually did a lot. This may actually put you in. Can you get to a Meteor Mash? Side strike range, not quite. Not side strike, psycho cut range, but not quite. That was their only option, was to farm down. Did not get it. Good games. So thanks for the videos. Um, hope you guys enjoyed a Master League team. I'm gonna have one more team tomorrow, a Blastoise team, which I did 3 sets with it, and I went 13-2. And the reason it wasn't 14-1 is because the game lagged out on me, or else I would have had 14-1. So it's a really strong team. So that's for tomorrow, and then we're getting into Wednesday, which is the turnover in leagues, or Tuesday afternoon is turnover. So Wednesday will be the new league. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.